So I just wrote this, like I say, because sometimes I find it's easy if I can write and then I can go, yeah, I think I've said what I wanted to say. I've got it across instead of just sidetracking on everything. Okay. So I was at the end. This is me talking back in the beginning. This is when I first joined up with you guys. So I was at my end and done with dieting. I was more miserable when I was dieting than when I wasn't, even though I was fat and unhealthy. I was sick of constantly thinking about food and what I couldn't have. I was sick of feeling hungry. I was sick of losing weight and putting it all back on and more. I hated myself. I hated how I looked. I hated how I felt, especially I was so embarrassed about how much I would binge secretly. The worst part was I would eat so fast and stuff it in all so quickly that I never really enjoyed it anyway. Or because I ate so much and I was so full, I didn't enjoy it either. I hardly went out for socialize because of how I looked and felt about myself. I would make excuses why not to have sex with hubby. This is for you, Craig. Because I didn't want him to touch me when I was so fat, let alone look at me naked. My only thing I would change now is if WOL was around 20 years ago, and especially when my kids were little, would be to bring them up the WOL way too, and to be a normal way of living for them as well. I really love hearing all the ladies in WOL who have young kids that they can give this opportunity to before they get caught on the merry-go-round. My life has changed for the better. I no longer binge and have a bad relationship with food or training. I love how I have much understanding of food and how it affects me. I have a sex life and love being naked around hubby. I enjoy training and continually learning how to lift and lift heavy, which I really love. I'm confident in my own skin. I use the WOL recommended body products, which I'm sporting today, which I love. And I've read all your books, actually, probably about 3 or 4 times each. I have control of my emotions, and when life can be testing, I have the tools to deal with situations. I don't say to myself, I can't anymore. I say, how can I? And if I struggle, I persist until I can. It's the best feeling to achieve anything you've had to work so hard for. Nothing beats that feeling of achievement, no matter what it is or how big or small it is. I've learned how to change habits and I've learned how to change habits I don't like with many words of wisdom from the WOL program. I'm just bloody happy. Even when a day may not be so great, life is still good. I'm more productive and get way more done. I don't have any craziness during my menstrual cycle, and even if I do have some more than normal emotions showing, I cope with it way better and take action to help myself. I'm constantly growing and learning in WOL and tweaking to improve all the time. It's so great. It's so great how we are taught to test and measure, because things can change and your body may not be agreeing to what has been working for some time. So you understand to test and measure and have patience to figure it out, what's not working. I no longer look at the end, but now, it's my favourite bit. I no longer look at the end, but now enjoy my journey of life. I've never felt I've enjoyed the full potential life has to offer until WOL. Life is such a pleasure, and I'm so blessed and grateful to have found the WOL path. Sorry, a bit more yet. Somehow humans have made life so complicated and confusing. WOL has taken a huge part of this away for me, and now I have a very clear path to follow without any apprehension or doubt. Thank you is just not enough words to say to you both, Kitty and Craig, for having this vision and dream to create WOL and to make the world a better place. I know running a business is bloody hard work, but I can tell you both that you have created such a wonderful, refreshing and simple way for all us ladies to live our best life, and does not go unnoticed. Everything you have done and are constantly improving on. Life-changing is an understatement. And these are just a couple of things I put in because I know you asked these on them, but I'll read them anyway. For those ladies who are sitting on the fence, I say jump off and go all in and give yourself 12 months on WOL. And I 110% guarantee you won't regret it. The only regret you'll have is if you didn't start sooner. Money, well, to me, what's your health worth? How you feel about yourself, your quality of your life, your sanity and future worth. If you kept doing what you're doing, you'll never improve, but you'll most likely get worse. And do you want to spend the rest of your life like this? Once you start feeling good after some time in wild, you just get better and better until one day you wake up and you go, I get it. That feeling of truly feeling so good that you can't imagine any other way and you love your life. This feeling can't be explained, only experienced with time, but is the key to your best life ever. In regards to online, Wally's to me is like the one-stop shop for all that you need to put your life on track and set your journey. From nutrition to lifting to life skills and friendships, and a safe place to be yourself and support everywhere you turn if you want it. I've never known such honesty and support, and even though it is online, it doesn't feel like that at all. Someone is always there with a helpful hand. So my advice is join well and start living instead of just existing. So, sorry I ran
make me a bit scary. I'm like,
I'm sorry I ran.
I can cry.
I'm a bit of an emotional person, but I have to write it to get it out so it doesn't come as dribble.
Oh,
So,
thank you.
Anyway, that's my thank you to you guys because, I'm just bloody happy. I remember watching Craig, one of the videos in the beginning, you saying, and you were showing how life goes like this, and then eventually you get to that top little and you get over there. Well, I'm over it. Fuck yeah, and I remember you saying, I don't remember the exact words, but I remember that video you saying it how, once you get over there, it's almost like saying, yeah, you get it. And I've never felt like that. I've never felt like this. I've never felt this all over, in everything, in every aspect of my life, no matter what happens and what I look like or whatever now. And getting over that hump on that other side now, it's like, I'm finally where I'm meant to be, so yeah, it's cool.
Wow.
I'll stop talking now.
I was we've been recording from the start. I'm like, I don't even think we need to do your sugar babes. I'm like, this is it. This is what you just said. We don't even need to do it. I'm like, there's no questions that I can ask you. I think that was so amazing. You articulated, I think, everything that but I'm so grateful to you for actually running with the program and implementing everything and taking it and you just looking let's just share the screen and show you photos. Because I don't think everyone can see how awesome you look now. Just give me two.
I just got to jump out.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that. There's always times because Kitty and I will go back and forth on things and go, how can we change it? And look, there's even times where we question, what we're doing and how we're doing things because, you get enough people who are just struggling, whatever. But it always comes back to, it's just no, that's not, we can optimize how we're doing things, but the general fundamentals need to stay the same because we know that it works, but it's just, we need to continually change how we're delivering it for it to sink in. And it's, the reality is it's that there's only going to be a small amount or a small percentage of people who truly make it to the position that you are in. And that's not a reflection of us, but it is a reflection of how we can continue to make the program better to, get that percentage of people who have that success higher. And that's the hardest part because we know at a fundamental level with how we structure things that it works. And I mean, you're proof of that, by all means. So it can be a real struggle at times to really get people to really understand that their life is just going to be dramatically changed if they can continue to just take action and implement on a daily basis. And it's going to be slow. And I use that analogy of, there's a point where people have just got to walk through the desert for a while, and the desert's boring and it's monotonous and there's not much to look at and whatever, and it's repetitive and whatever. But I'm like, that's what it takes. You look back on it and all the things that you've achieved, and there's been a lot of different moments where you've achieved different things. It's great, but for the most part, it's just been repetitive, same thing over and over, and you're just getting that a little bit better at it each time. And then you fast forward 16 months, and you
didn't give up. You didn't give up when it got hard.
July or September. It's been 14 months actually.
14, so it's less time, yeah.
Wow.
But isn't it incredible that it just proves that what we try and get through to everyone who's watching this is that just don't give up. Don't give up.
And the worst part, I think, about life and what everything's been created in life and whatever journey you're on, hard, easy, young, old, whatever, it doesn't matter. Food is such a destructive part of it, and it's created this big monster. And that's what I say about, I listen to some of the ladies on here that, you know, have got young children and they're feeding them this food. And I'm just going, that is, sorry, fuck yeah, that is so good. That is so good. I really, really, that was my biggest wish if I could choose, is to go back, because my daughter, she's 26 and my son's 24 and I've got 2 grandkids. And I so wish I could go back and change that for them. You know, that they're watching me. I can see them watching me, and none of them really sort of following what I'm doing, but I can see her watching me now as an adult, you know, and I'm hoping over time that I will be able to, you know, put a little bit more in. But I love that a lot of these women are giving their children this opportunity to break that cycle, you know, because once I broke that cycle of what food creates in your life, like there's so many issues that foods that aren't foods, you know, that I didn't even understand before this, that you were thinking were healthy, from green veggies to putrid, you know, and everything else in between. You know, it's such a problem. If anything, now I look at people and I just feel sad, because I think they just don't know how good they can feel. Just you know, from eating, just even if they went to do the training. You know, I dealt with elderly people, and you see them, they're full of PUFAs. They're just full of them, you know. Diabetes, tablets, I just see it everywhere. And you just want to go, you know, look, you know, you could get rid of 3/4 of all these tablets that you're taking. You know, you could sleep better, you could, you know, start to feel better up here in your head, and your joints won't ache so much, and all that sort of thing, you know, that comes from it. So yeah, it's sort of, the longer I'm on this, the more I sit back and see, you know, like I think it was the last roundtable you did, Craig, about how we're the actually outcasts. We're the ones that are, you know, I just think that's fear from people, you know. And I mean, obviously, definitely what we're all brought up and from young children, what we know, what we think, you know, your green veggies and everything else. But so much more than that we didn't realise wasn't helping us, is creating problems. You know, those fish oils, I used to take 9 to 12 of those a day.
Me too.
Even I was helping myself, you know, just one little thing like that, you know. And it's just, yeah. So I'm just, I guess, I don't say what I'm doing to people, because I tried it in the early days, but it just sort of does your head in a bit, you know. If people are really genuinely interested, I'm there. You know, definitely I'd love to share it with them, and, you know, forward on all you guys' info and say, look, go and talk to Kitty and Craig, so I'll tell you now, and you won't regret it. But it's hard to break that cycle. That's, I think, where you guys struggle, you know, because what you're doing is what everyone should be doing. It should be normal. It should be normal. And then if you want to do, you know, you want to build muscle, you can do the training. But even if you're only just doing the food alone, that's, you know, just for any age, elderly, young, whatever, is life-changing, you know, is so life-changing. You just see so many, you know, things from eczema to hay fever diseases to everything else that can be, you know, avoided. So much of that can be avoided, you know. Even my doctor I went to the other day, just a checkup and that, and he's sort of looking at me going, you can see people actually look at me a bit strange nowadays. And so I'm like, oh, do you lift or something, you know?
Yeah. I sure do.
I'm like, yeah, I lift a little bit of weight, you know, and they're going, oh, you know, I had just the, without going too much detail here, I had just the usual breast examination. He's going, yeah, your pecs are pretty good, you know. You're not used to people that actually look after themselves, you know. So it's just, yeah, I've gone off track a bit there, sorry, but
no, it's perfect. I was going to say, look, let's share the screen and like look at your photos. Like, look at that. Incredible. Like, you were nearly 100 kilos, hey, when you started, 98 kilos or something. And now what do you weigh now?
I'm 75 now, just like 75.
75. Yeah. Like, look, like, and this was you binge eating, drinking your problems away, doing cardio, not strength training. This is you lifting 3 days a week, following the training system that we have, getting stronger, annoying Jake with lots of feedback videos, which is awesome because that's what we want you to do. Getting better at deadlifting. This is you now, can deadlift 120. It's just look at look at your ass. It's so peachy.
Well, I have to admit, you know, Kitty, to be honest, when I go to the gym now, because like my deadlift is one I'm really trying. I'm away from getting it perfect or anything like that, obviously, but that's all cool. But with getting my deadlift form right, you know, and Jake's been so patient. Like honestly, like I said, his blood's worth following that bloke. But every time I do it, I'm there and I'm just going, all I think about is your butt. And I just go, it'll be like that one day. It's going to happen. And I do. And I would never, even when I look at myself there and I think, because that photo there actually of me of my back, that wasn't actually going to be sent to you. That was one was going to send to hubby. So you guys actually got to see that before hubby did. So,
it's just incredible. Look at that. Look at your ass. Small little waist. Your back's all toned. You just look nice undies too.
Yeah. When I put it, I thought, oh God.
But look how round it is. We love big asses in wow. Yeah.
But those first photos there, that hubby took those for me, and because hubby, and I'm being very lucky. I have a husband that even when I was at my worst to my best to being, I've been about 7 kilos lighter than I am now and look nothing like I do now before. So I've been to extremes, I've lost the weight and I'm miserable, absolutely miserable. No matter what sort of journey on that journey I've been, hubby has just been there. He's just, like many husbands probably, which you sort of can read with the ladies when they talk that here we go again, what's she on this time? What's she doing? And he's just sort of, he's been 100% supportive. Wouldn't matter what I did. He's 100% there for me. He doesn't do what I do, but he supports me 100%. And and he would say, hun, I won't repeat some of the words he says about me, but it's nice. It's so nice things that he says. But even he said, Jan, you don't realise what you look like. And that's when I started taking a few photos. I went, shit, oh, okay, all right, I have changed a little bit. And then when I put the two up there, and I just went, bloody hell, I was like, because it's very confronting, not just confronting when you, obviously when I first took the photos, because, you stand there just going, well, this is it, this is me, and that was when you asked me to put that online, I was a bit, God, do I want people to see that? But I thought, well, now's the time to just put one of my big guards down and go, this is me, this is who I am. So it's actually quite a nice feeling now because it's made me a bit more sort of that word vulnerable, because I think some people can look at you when you do become healthy and fit that not know where you've come from and that journey that you guys have created, that between that and here is more important than even what I look like now, that all the things that I've learned and feel and have become is just, I could never have got that back in the beginning. So when women sort of say, what are you going to get from this? You just got to stay. You just got to. Because all you're going to do is you're going to get down the track one day and go, I'm in the same spot, and you're just going to, and if you do stick with it, and you do get down that track, you just go, I wish I did this earlier. I wish I was here 20 years earlier, 20, 30 years earlier.
Do you know what though? Like your journey is why you are where you are. Like sometimes I think that too about all the dumb shit I've done and the alcohol and, the drugs that I've taken, the part I partied but I think, well, if you didn't do that, all the men I slept with, just been so, and I think back to who I was, but it's like, that's what's made you.
It is, yeah. And I don't regret it. I certainly don't because, I think of that too. I think, well, back in my 20s, was I ready to listen? Was I another client you'd be going, God, come on, just stay here and do it, Massive drinking, I was back then huge. I'd drink 2 bottles of bourbon a day sometimes. I was just an absolute wreck, just trying to hide from my whole life and who I was. So definitely life experience, I was meant to be here now. So I don't regret it. But yeah, my children are the main things I wish I could have shown them that path because I see my daughter going down that now. I see her. My son's already there, he's going down that path of, food demons that he's got. And, I'm definitely a creator of that from them. I don't take it wrong, like I blame myself, but that's why it would have been really nice, when I see the other ladies, as I mentioned earlier, they have little kids, little ones, and they're just becoming a normal way of life. They live normally, they eat, they don't eat a lot of this stuff, and even if it's not 100%, but they're bringing them up that way. That becomes normal, not abnormal to be that sort of way, so.
Yeah, I think it's really important. Like everyone's trying to do the best that they can with what they have, what they know. Yeah. And it's just unfortunate. It's just the way the world works. I mean, we're taught things, and it's just like it's without trying to sound too nasty to anyone, it almost becomes like a crazy obsessive religion. It's like, you have to eat this and you have to do that, and you never question why. And you know, when you are questioning why, because the majority says, no, what you're doing is wrong. But it's only when you start to go through it yourself and you start to go, well, I'm actually feeling better, and the things that I used to struggle with, I'm not really struggling with. And then when you ask the question of, well, why do I need to do that? You get surface level responses of like, sugar is bad, no, green veggies are super nutritious, you have to do all these things. And at the end of the day, you start to understand people really don't know.
But we didn't know either.
We don't know, and it's just like, you know, you are the very best person to understand your own health and understand how good you truly feel. And it's kind of like, but when I'm doing all of the conventional stuff that I'm told to do, I was at my worst. And then when I started understanding this more and started tailoring it to more how I felt, and you have parameters that you actually measure against, and you see those parameters improving, well, it's hard to deny. Like, no one can actually say, well, what you're doing is wrong, because you're like, well, the proof is kind of in the pudding at the end of the day, not just how I look, but how I feel and how I'm responding to life events and how I'm handling situations and how I'm recognizing things in my children. It just becomes such a bigger thing than just diet and exercise. It becomes a standard of living that just becomes so much greater than, you know, what you were before and what you see from other people. And I think that's the part that we're ultimately trying to get across to everyone, that it's like, stop looking at this as this thing that you just go on and off at certain times. It's like, this is the thing that you go on, and this is the thing that you become. You know,
well, that's why it's called Win at Life, because we want to help you win at life, and winning at life is all of the things that you've just said. You know, like being able to handle the tough situations and have a good relationship with your partner and have sex with them and connect with, like, that stuff's like, that's the basic stuff. And not having a bad relationship with food and living your life, like living your best life, because you're no longer afraid and you no longer drown your sorrows in alcohol. You stand up and you fight for yourself, and you take the hard road, but it's not that hard anymore. I think that's what.
Not. Once you're on it, it's not. It's just normal. I can 150% say that I've never changed from this, because why would I? Like, why would I? Seriously. I mean, I have. I'm not where the end result, as in physically, I want to be, but I'm 100% happy where I'm at now. Like, I'm 100% happy, you know. But it's not a problem with me thinking, oh, you know, I can't wait to this. I mean, it'd be great to see one day what I can actually achieve, like. Because I'd like to actually develop more muscle. I'd like to be more along what you are there, Kitty. But I know it takes time. If it takes me another 2, 3, 4 years, I really don't care, because it's just my life. It's not, you know, gym is my sanity. My food is just normal. It's you know, from once you get the grasp of it all, once you get the hang of all the information that you guys share with everybody, then that what took you forever to understand takes you no time at all. It just becomes normal. Then all of a sudden your life just opens up to other things that you want to do. There's all this extra time, you know. I mean, I admittedly, my kids are grown up, you know, they're adults and got grandies and all that, so I don't have little ones. I understand all that. So that, you know, you've got to put your life in perspective to where you're at. But certainly once you get the hang of it, you know, it really does free up your time, because I don't remember before this ever not thinking about food, how it controlled me. That was in my head all the time. Just what I could, either what I was going to binge on or what I couldn't have, or I was starving. And I was just an absolute CUNT to my husband. I was just horrible, like just not a nice person, you know. And how he stayed with me sometimes, you know.
No sex and a CUNT, jeez.
Oh, and a drink, and put that on top of it with a big temper. Oh, watch out. Oh, it's just not a mess.
He must love us. He must love, wow.
Well, I don't drink. I haven't drank I've forgotten when I last had a drink, but I don't even miss that now. It's not even an option when I go out. I don't even think about, and I'm not against drinking, don't be wrong, and I'm not saying I never will ever, but I don't need it. That I don't need that. I can go to social events. If anything, you know, people, you can see them sort of like, you're not drinking. I'm like, no, I'm all good. You know, but I have to admit I'm quite comfortable in my own. I'm a person who'll go, I don't give a shit what you're saying. This is how I'm eating. This is what I'm not doing. And stiff shit, I don't care. You know, I'm very, very comfortable, and I've been, you know, even when I've done all the crazy diets, I've always been very comfortable in going, I'm doing this and I don't care what you say, I'm doing it and that's it, you know. So I've been really lucky like that, and to have a supportive husband. But I know I can understand for the ladies out there that maybe don't have family members that are not as supportive, you know, that aren't there to just be there, you know, just be there. You don't have to do nothing. Just don't give them a hard time. Let them go on their journey and sort of be there, you know. So I've been very lucky like that.
But you do have to learn to stand up for yourself, and you have to, because at the end of the day, no one's living your life except for you. So if you constantly have to, you know, justify yourself, and if you can't stand people saying, why aren't you drinking, and you keep drinking, it's like you'll never ever, things will never change, you know. And I think if you, because like I don't drink that much anymore either. Occasionally I'll have a couple of cocktails. It's the same for me. Like I used to love drinking, love it. And now it's like I can take it or leave it. You know, it's not, I need to do it anymore. And my friends don't pressure me because they know now. And it's like, I have fun anyway. I'm fun anyway, you know.
Well, I'm very lucky too, because all our sort of friends are big drinkers, and I'm talking big drinkers and other things as well. But that's cool. You know, I can go there. I don't need it. But even if things gone on, you know, you can sort of see them looking at me going, bloody hell, you know, like you can see them questioning themselves. You know, I don't need to say anything because, you know, that you can see them going, I know I probably need to lose some weight. I know I need, you know, you can see they're unhappy. You can see it, you know, and if anything, you want to save them. But it's up at the end of the day, only you can step over there and step up and start doing that shit for yourself, because everyone can give you a ton of help and put every bit of advice there, but you have to do it. You know, you have to do it. And that as time's gone on, that 1% that you say all the time, just 1%, that 1% is so much more important than doing a monstrous big task, you know, in one big moment. All those little 1%, so all of a sudden you sit back and go, you don't even realise you've done it. You don't even realise, you know, they do really accumulate. And you just keep doing that, and all of a sudden you just don't realise where you got to, you know, because it becomes normal, and like you say, you'll ask some of the clients that, oh, no, I didn't realise I wasn't doing that anymore, or, oh, yeah, that's right, I don't feel that anymore, or, you know, that doesn't affect me, and all that sort of stuff, you know. So
can I ask you a question? And this is for the viewers too. It's like, so, you know, I think I only recommend women to do what I practice myself, because I think leadership by example is, you know, obviously if you're telling someone to do something you're not doing yourself, what's the fucking point? But, you know, we've always invested in coaches in our business and in lifting, and, you know, you've obviously gotten to a really good space now. You're strong, you look great. You know, why do you continue to keep investing in this program? Like, why haven't you just quit and done it on your own?
Because you're my family. You just you are, you're just my family. Like, everything that you're about, I'm about. I am that. I am Wal. That's what I am. And Wal is more than that. It's just living. It's having a life. It's stripping away all the things that have been holding you back, and then you can just move forward and do whatever you want to do with your life, and stop wasting your time on stupid shit, quick fixes, you know, all the normal things. It's just my life. I can't imagine not having you there. Like, you know, I sit in the background quite a bit, but I watch a lot, and I listen, and I absorb, and I take in. I love to listen to all the ladies talk and all the different stories, you know, and everyone is just, it's a different type of support to anything I've ever known. Like, I don't have to, nothing has to be explained to why you're living like you are, you know. It's just, yeah, you guys are just my life now. You're just stuck with me. Like, it's pretty simple. It really is. You know, a while back, maybe 6 or 8 months back, I thought, oh, you know, once I get there, I need it. But I don't want to leave. I don't. I love that I have this family that I can listen and talk to that get it, you know. And the more people that jump on board and do that, and the more it keeps snowballing outside of that into families, into friends, everything, the better the world's going to be. You know, if you feel like I do, you're bloody crazy not to jump on board and give it a shot, because, you know, there's a reason why things are called 12-week weight loss, 10 weeks, 6 months, whatever, there's an end. There is no end to this. This is actually your life, you know, and we're not here very long, so bloody make the most of it, you know. Anyway, sorry for rambling.
No, this is your sugar babes. This is what I'm going to use, totally unscripted and just us having a chat. It's perfect. It's so, yeah, and I think
it's true though. It's not. I'm not trying to prove anything. It's just, yeah. Like I say, hubby's 100% supportive, but you know, he's been, because I think because like lots of husbands have been, you know, there for their wives, see their wives go in and out diets, in and out, here we go again. But I can see him watching me. I mean, I know he's watching me constantly, but which is nice. but I can see him watching me now going, she's serious about this and this is working and she's happy and fuck, you know, and I can see it snowballing in his head, you know. So when I go over there, you know, I sort of tried to get him to jump on board with me in the beginning, but he was like, oh, you know, you can just see it, that another bloody diet, another, you know, rah. But I think because he sees that it's stuck and I ain't changing, if anything, I'm actually going more forward. I can see him wanting to actually join me now. So, you know.
Well, guess what, Sian? We're developing a men's program for the WOW husbands.
Oh, yes.
We are. We talked about it. We went for a walk today, and we're going to start building it and launch it in December. And we're going to give all the WOW husbands or partners, anyone's in WOW, 30% off. So off the first 12 weeks, second 12 weeks.
Down whether he wants it or not. He's coming.
Yeah. So it'll be the two. You can do it together. Yeah, it's going to be called Optimize Me by New Strength for Men. It's going to be cool.
That's the best news. And do you know the best part about that is like, because even when I go in the gym and I listen to when you say you and Craig train, like if Craig was trying to train Kitty's legs, Kitty's like, oh, I'm not doing that, you know, like that's what happens with us. So I'm like, I don't want to do it. You need someone to tell you to do it, not me.
Excuse me, did you see my good squats yesterday? Yeah, come on.
But it's hard when you're training your own. She's going, I know what I'm doing, you know. It's like, oh God. And I get in the gym, like, get out of my space sort of thing, you know. But that is so awesome. That really is. And I think you're going to just be bombarded by fellas that are going to go, my missus is doing really well here. I'm in, you know. And somewhere where they can lean too, so not have to go on.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's literally the whole point of it. I mean, the whole point was to get the husbands on board to support the women.
Because when you're both in it, it's so much easier and it's going to make their life better. And plus then you can help each other do the food prep and, you know, like training and just, yeah, I'm really excited actually. Yeah, it's going to be cool.
Oh, that's an awesome Christmas present. Oh, he doesn't know it yet, but he's in.
He's in, yeah. He's having for Christmas. And just to finish off, like, what are your words of wisdom say? Well, one, to women who are potentially thinking about jumping on. And then two, because I'm going to share this in the Win at Life page, because I think you've just offered some really valuable insights to women who are potentially in this program, either thinking about quitting or not going in and achieving their full potential. Like, what would you be advice to those two?
I think you can give anyone all the advice in the world, but deep down you know whether you're committing to it. You just need to be 100% honest to yourself and accept that you're fighting a losing battle because you're not giving it your all. And just be honest with yourself and just go 100% in. Don't fuck around. Just do it. Don't pussyfoot around it. Don't half-ass do this and half-ass do that. And, you know, life will get in the way and you'll make mistakes. But whenever you truly in your heart know that you can either train or eat or whatever, you know, just do it. You know, those odd times are things that really do get in the way, that's fine. But be true to yourself and you'll see results. You will. Because I get that feeling of feeling fat, overweight, and bloody miserable. Like, you know, if you can just stop using excuses and just be honest. Just be honest with yourself. Like, don't lie to yourself. If you've got time for excuses, you've got time to go and do and fix whatever it is you're talking about most of the time. And when life does turn to shit and things happen and you've got to make do and move on. But don't make it a snowball. Just just keep going, because I've fucked up. I've fucked up heaps, I've had drinks earlier in the program, and the more you do something that's destructive to it, and if you keep sticking to the wall and keep coming back on moment after moment after moment, those moments of you wanting to fall off, you won't, because you just don't want to. Why would you want to destroy something that makes you feel so good? Because you're thinking that whatever it is, your demon that makes you feel so-called good at a moment, it's not actually making you feel good at all. And when you get over that now, like I've gone over that little top hill there, it really is undescribable. Everything becomes easier. And even when life is shit and life is hard and things are thrown at you and you get pushed off, it's not a drama. You just deal with it and move on instead of just destructing, So I just don't do that anymore when that happens. I could have easily done it yesterday and just can't be bothered doing the gym. And that was just proof of the pudding. Just be honest to yourself, because at the end of the day, you can keep kidding yourself and you can keep telling everyone why you're not. But in here, if you're lying to yourself, if you're it's another excuse or it's hard, just admit it's fucking hard. I'm going to do it. Just do it. It's hard and I fucking hate it and I'm going to do it and I hate it and just keep doing it. Keep doing it. And you'll be surprised what, you will achieve without realizing you're actually achieving something. And then when you get in the gym and you're leg pressing and squatting and deadlifting blokes, it feels bloody good, I'll tell you. Because you're watching. Sorry, I just thought I'd throw that in. But
no, it's so good. Yeah.
Oh. Even if it's a little bit crap form, they don't know that. I know. Yeah, that's shit. Doesn't matter, I got it off the ground. But no, honestly, just be true to yourself, because you're the only one that's going to be 80 down the road one day going, fuck, I wish I changed things. I wish I'd changed things. I say I wish I'd changed things in my 20s. Well, maybe I wasn't ready then. That's why, it wasn't meant to be. But I know now when I read at Beach 80, I'm going to be one of those old chooks in the gym there with all the
like Deb Jones.
And I'm going to be there because it makes me feel good. And then you're surrounded by lots of people that make you feel good. So, snowballs. It's really good.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Sian. That was amazing. I felt quite teary at one point and I never cry. And if you're a woman and you're watching this and you're not in our program and, you want to take the plunge, just click on the link below and you can book in a free call and have a chat to Angelina or Jess. And if you're a woman who's in our program now and you're thinking about quitting or you're not going all in, just keep going, keep taking perfect action, keep showing up, because like Sian said, those 1% that you do every day really do add up over time. So yeah, live your best life. You don't want to look back at 80 and think that you wish that you did shit. That's what I think every day. That's what makes me be courageous, because I think I'd rather regret the things I've done than the things I haven't done and wish that I did stuff. Nothing worse than that, I think. But you have the power. Everyone has the power. You're right. You just have to dig deep, and you can do it. It's funny. I was listening to this Katy Perry song today on the drive to take Winston the thing, and it's like you listen to songs and the words. Like Craig hates my music, and it's that song Raw, and she talks about like standing up and being a tiger and and I think
the Raw song.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that's it. I'm going to write some content from that. That really inspired me, because it's right. You've got to you've got it in you. You have, every single woman out there has it. She just has to dig deep and roar. Hey, go Katy Perry. Craig's like, fucking Katy Perry. You and your fucking music, kitty. Oh, well, thank you so much, Sian, and I'll chat to you in the program.
Thanks.
All right. No worries. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.